So, once again, welcome everyone to this class, our last class together in this format for 2020. As I was saying just before, I really love this transitional time. I know it's just arbitrary and the days go on, but for me, there is this something about, okay, what do I want to let go of and what do I want to invite in? So, the class that I have planned for you is about the hips, detoxing, releasing, so that we can let go the last of 2020, what we don't want to bring into the fresh year. Well, we'll try at least. So finding a comfortable shape to start. You can either sit up if you want to do your meditation sitting, lying down, or lying down with the legs up. And they can be up on the wall or up on a chair. This is a class where it's handy to have furniture, but not necessary. So either lying with your legs straight, legs up, or sitting up. And giving yourself time to land in whatever shape you've chosen. And those with legs up in the wall, if you want a pillow behind your head, please do. Or a blanket on top. Closing your eyes. And landing in the goodness of this moment. The goodness of presence. And the spaciousness of now. And checking in with your body. How is it feeling right now? And being as friendly as you can be with what you're discovering. So whether it's tight or loose, at ease or uncomfortable, welcome your body as it is into this class. Generosity towards yourself. And also understanding that, yeah, it's in flux, always changing. And then tuning in to your heart. How's your heart right now? Which emotions are here? And I think there's a courage to being with this heart. This courage to be willing to feel whatever the heart has to offer. And understanding your resilience, that you have the capacity to meet what's here. So this kindness to turn towards your heart and however it is in this moment. And turning to your mind, this capacity to have thoughts, memories, plans, your ability to understand what I'm saying. Such a gift, our mind. Even if it's busy, distracted. So what's it like in your mind right now? breathing into it. And then feeling these three centers all at once, body, heart, and mind. This moment. And we'll move into our next posture, an inner thigh stretch. So for those of you on the wall, coming into either butterfly or frog, so you bend your knees, feet together, knees out, so you have a stretch in the inner thighs, or you bring your feet wider apart. Those of you who don't have furniture to bring the legs up, a lying down butterfly. So again, the focus is on the inner thigh stretch. We'll be here for 5 minutes or shorter if that's too long for your inner thighs. So finding the right edge. Relaxing whatever you can. So letting the back of the neck be long. Relaxing your face, especially the jaw, the tongue, the forehead. And seeing if you can feel how your weight can melt into the ground. Can you soften into this melting, this natural releasing? And whatever arises that's tight or busy or distracting, can you meet it with kindness? Can you meet it with softness? Inviting a willingness to let go. A willingness to surrender into this breath now. Keep coming back to releasing. Softening into the ground. And of course, at any point, if this becomes too much, gently, slowly come out of the posture or ease out of it just a bit. We never want to feel pain. Discomfort, yes, but nothing sharp, electrical. One more breath here. And then those with the feet on the ground first, bring the knees up. And those with the feet on the furniture, you can stretch one leg up and then the other. And then taking a rebound here. So 5 minutes of inner thigh stretching. One of the inner thighs have to say to you right now. Curious to experience your body from the inside out. And then we'll come into figure 4. So those of you on the wall or furniture, crossing one knee over and then bending the other leg until you get to the appropriate edge. And those without furniture, you can hold on to the knee or behind the knee. Or it could be that just crossing your leg over already gives you enough stretch. So the target area is anywhere in the buttocks to the outside, the IT band, either holding your leg or with your leg resting on the wall. And anyone familiar with swan and prefers swan, you can do swan. Sometimes I'm asked if it's okay if the bottom comes away from the ground. Yes, unless it doesn't feel safe or secure for you. The more that you can find a shape that you can soften into, the more effective it is. So the time has more value than the intensity. So you want to find some sort of stretch. So you're doing something, but nothing you need to fight against. And especially in this class of softening, releasing, you don't want to fight that, push it away. It's the surrender. So coming to your appropriate edge, finding stillness. And softening into that stillness. Noticing how it's different than the last shape. There's different tugging, pulling, compressing going on. Maybe different thoughts or emotions are coming up. Allowing yourself to be the complex being that you are. And allowing yourself to have this time to let go. To be supported by gravity. Supported by life. The sense that you don't have to do it alone. There's a shared humanity. With every exhale, releasing into the earth beneath you, that which you don't need to carry further, or that's heavy and you need a little bit of a break from. Every exhale, releasing into the earth that which you no longer need to carry or that we need to break from. Letting there be that softness and gentleness with yourself, with your practice. As you exhale and release into the ground that which you don't need to carry anymore, that which you need support with. One more breath. Easing out of the shape, uncrossing your legs, straightening up. Either resting with the legs on the ground if you're holding, or with the legs up the furniture piece or wall. And I do delight in the asymmetrical postures to really feel that difference from one side to the other. And not just in the hips, but all the way down to the feet, maybe up the torso. Where are you feeling the rebound? And how does that shift with each breath? And we'll come to the other side. So slowly, mindfully crossing the other ankle over the knee. Two sides are different. So maybe here you don't go as far or you go much further. Usually we do our more flexible side first. So be extra careful, cautious, loving. And if there's been any hip sensitivity, and caring for your hip. So if you feel it's your aging old lady hip or old man hip, yes, that's the naturalness of life, to age and to care for this aging body of yours. And the opposite of aging is death. So yes, aging's wonderful. Gray hair, fabulous. Wrinkles, yes, please. And the sense of all of us are aging. All of us are in this boat together. All of us are collectively passing from 2020 into 2021, leaving this year we've had individually, collectively behind. So as you settle into this side, caring for yourself as best you can in this moment, continue to release into the earth that which you don't need to carry on. Maybe you even wander through this last year, remembering moments that were more difficult. And they have passed. Other moments will come, but those ones are over. A sense of cleaning the cells, releasing, nourishing them. In Japan, it's the tradition at New Year's to scrub your house clean for the new year. And I like to take that into scrubbing my body from the inside out, getting rid of the cobwebs from the year before. And this last year has some extra cobwebs, some extra gritty bits. On your exhale, that permission, that invitation to let go into the earth, that which you don't need to carry further. One more breath here. And then gently, slowly coming out. Feeling this rebound. Maybe there's tingling, throbbing, difference in temperature, difference in weight from one side to the other or overall. We're going to come into one more inner thigh stretch, and I'll give you a few options because some of you, it's been too long, legs up, but those of you who haven't and have the capacity to either do legs out straight for what's called dragonfly, or if you don't have that much space, or if it's not good for your knees, you can do a frog or return to the butterfly. So the target's the inner thigh. If it's been long enough with the legs off, you can roll over, down, and either come to the lying down butterfly, or there's a couple other options. You can do a sitting up butterfly, folding forward, a sitting up dragonfly with the legs out, folding forward. I'm going to give you one more option so you have the whole spectrum. Wide knee child, so knees out wide, feet together, folding forward. So whatever shape helps you stretch the inner thighs. Taking your time. So again, the options are wide knee child, or from sitting either butterfly or the legs out straight dragonfly, or the lying options are lying butterfly with the feet down on the ground or with the feet on furniture, either together, a little apart, or wide. And you choose, of course, how close or far away from the wall, trunk, sofa, chair you may have your legs up on. And settling into this one. Just spent 10 minutes releasing in that what we don't want to carry forward or don't want some more support with. Now let's turn to gratitude practices. So again, revisiting the year and thinking about moments, conversations, people, sights, smells, tastes. What has been sources of joy for you this year? And offering them your gratitude. So moments of beauty, moments of connection, moments of delight. Breathing in the moment, the experience, the person in. And on the exhale, offering that which you breathed in, your gratitude. Breathing in what you're grateful for, what you've been grateful for this year. And on the exhale, offering it your gratitude. One more breath here. Maybe you're grateful to the 5 minutes being over now. Then carefully bring the legs together or pushing the ground away, depending what shape you're in. I trust you to find a gentle way to come out. And then taking a neutral shape to feel the rebound in. Sitting, lying, or legs up the wall. What are you experiencing now? Those of you with the legs still up, furniture piece, come to lie on the side to let the blood flow back into the feet, out of the head. And then we can all meet lying on our bellies. You may need to shift where you are in the room, you may not. So lying with your legs the appropriate distance away for your hips, where it feels neutral for the hips, the lower back. And we'll come into a 5-minute back bend. So either arm on top of arm, forehead on them for sleeping sphinx, or up onto your forearms for sphinx, or up higher onto your hands for seal. So that choice of finding your edge, of not forcing anything to happen, but also knowing you do need to have some sensation in the lower back, some compression here for this to have a therapeutic effect. We are encouraging that lower back to curve so that it's easier for us to sit up. It really helps with back pain. So this temporary discomfort is the opposite effect of long-term ease in the lower back. But again, it's something you want to struggle to hold. It's, oh yeah, this is not comfortable, but I can be with it. And similar to the last shape, we're going to continue on with gratitude, but this time specifically about connection with people. So it has been researched and proven that our happiness, the greater happiness we have, comes greatly from our relationships with others, but also our relationship with nature. So calling to mind people this last year that you've had good conversations with. You may have not had the luxury of being able to be in the same room with them this year. And yet there's that the connections there, and maybe in some cases it's even stronger. And for these 5 minutes, you can think of many different people, or maybe you just think of one or two or five. Like, oh, I'm so grateful for this relationship in my life. And can also, those of you who have pets, can be a relationship with your pets. So gratitude towards your relationships, the connection you have in these relationships. Breathing this person, this being in, and sending this person your gratitude. Thank you for being in my life. Thank you for being support to me. Thank you for your warmth, your care, your love. And it doesn't have to be just deep relationships, it can be fleeting ones. And yet there was beauty in that fleeting connection. One more breath here. Then easing your way out of the back bend. That willingness to be with this. Often I find coming out of back bends, there's more vulnerability, and there's an achiness. And I appreciate breathing into it and noticing how it shifts with each and every breath, how it spreads, changes. And you can stay lying as you are, or come up to hands and knees for some cat-cows. Or maybe you need a counter bend back into child after the back bend. So choosing for yourself, child, undulating in cat-cow, or lying still on your belly. meeting your body and its needs. And then coming to lie on your back for a twist. So bringing your legs to one side. Again, if you want to take a pillow to have between the legs or below the legs or behind your back shoulder, you can choose if the legs are bent or straight or a combination. We'll be holding it like the other postures, 5 minutes. There's something calming I find to twists and cooling, so you may want a blanket. It doesn't need to be uncomfortable. What needs to happen is that the hips and shoulders are in opposite directions, a little or a lot, so the twist is happening. And after having spent some time the last postures reviewing the last year, now we twist here with our gaze forwards to this year ahead of us. And you can bring to mind, what do you want to give to the year ahead of you? What are your gifts to offer? What are your wishes for the year ahead? I've written to some already. I wish it to be a gentle year. My gift can be my gentleness. Feeling into thinking about, what are your wishes for the year ahead of you? And what can you bring to the year? What are your wishes for the year ahead? And what can you bring into this year? What are your gifts to offer? And letting there be a confidence, a trust in your gifts, a confidence and trust in the year ahead of us, confidence and trust in life itself. One more breath here. With an inhale, gently bring the legs up, pausing, feeling the rebound, the difference from the one side to the other. What is this moment like physically, emotionally, and mentally? And then gently easing to the other side, honoring the difference from the one side to the other, more cushions, less cushions, a blanket now, angle of the knees, the legs, the shoulder, taking your time to set up the posture and settling into it. Letting the bones rest in your body, letting the muscles be soft, the skin relaxed. And one last practice I'll offer here, an inner method. I'm not one for New Year's resolutions, but I do like to find a word or three for the next year, just words to keep coming back with. Maybe I find after a month or half a year they're not helpful anymore, but they tend to carry me through the year. So just seeing if anything pops up in the side, a word or two or three. They'll be your words for 2021. Maybe they come, maybe they don't. One more breath here. And with an inhale coming out, hug your legs in, seeing if any word or more came to mind for the year ahead or not. If it did, then solidifying or letting that take up more space in your cells, like, yeah, this is my word or words for the year. And you can circle your legs around if you want. The next shape is Shavasana. So anything your body needs before you come to lie down, resting, no inner practice. Making yourself comfortable. And inviting yourself to rest. Noticing this moment. Breathing into this moment. Letting your breath deepen. Maybe begin to stretch, to wiggle, to extend. Sense of extending into this year ahead of us. And whatever it has to offer. And hopefully with the confidence in your resilience, your capacity to meet your experiences with friendliness, with kindness. So as you stretch your way up, like, yeah, I know how to be kind. I know how to be friendly with myself. I have practices that remind me, like yin yoga. I'm really cherishing this feeling at the end of a yin class of like, I've just done something. As you come up to sitting, feeling, what is this that you've just done? How have you changed your energy pathways or your joints or your thoughts? Really letting this be another reminder of, yeah, it's so important to keep coming home to me, to keep meeting myself as I am, a messy human, an aging human. And then we can bring our hands together, celebrating this community we have online. We're not alone in our practice. So bowing to yourself, honoring who you are and how you are in this moment. Bowing and honoring one another, people you know and do not know that have practiced here with you. And bowing to life and its goodness. Namaste.